In the present video, we will be studying about the potentiometer and its application to measure EMFs and small potential differences. Basically, potentiometer is an instrument designed to measure small potential differences accurately. It can also be used to measure and compare EMFs of the cells. To understand the principle, let's consider this circuit. AB here is a potentiometer wire. It's a long wire with uniform area of cross section made of constantan or manganese. Remember, these are the materials whose resistance does not vary appreciably with temperature. This wire AB is connected to a battery E1, a key, and a large variable resistance R0. Suppose a current I flows through this circuit. Now, if you apply Kirchhoff's law to the loop A, B, R0, E1, A, here the wire AB is divided into two parts, AP and PB. Let's denote resistances as RAP and RPB. Here we are moving along the direction of current, so the product IRAP will be negative. Here again along the current, and in this resistance also along the current. So all the three products IRAP, IRPB and IRO are taken as negative in Kirchhoff's law. Here we are moving from negative to positive terminal of the battery, so EMF will be taken as positive, leading you to this equation. The current through all the three resistances is same. So you can rewrite the equation as E1 is equal to I R1 plus R2 plus R0, which gives you a value of current as I equal to E1 over R1 plus R2 plus R0. You can see the current is not affected by position of point P. Wherever you take P, these resistances will be added up in the denominator. Now let's suppose that V is the potential difference across a length L of the wire. So by Ohm's law you get VAP equal to I into R1. The resistance R1 is resistance of AP, and you can write it as rho L over A. L being the length, rho the resistivity, and A the area of cross section. That gives you I rho over A into L. These terms, I the current, rho the resistivity, and A the area of cross section being constant, we take it as K. I rho over A is K. We call it potential gradient. So it leads you to the relation VAP is proportional to L, which is also the principle of potentiometer. That is, for a wire of uniform area of cross section carrying a steady current, constant current, the potential difference across a length is proportional to the length of the wire. The term K or potential gradient measures voltage per unit length, and its SI unit is volt per meter. Now let's see actually how do we measure the EMF of a cell. Supposing we connect the cell of EMF E to a voltmeter to measure its EMF, but here current will flow through the circuit. So you can write V is equal to E minus IR. We know IR denotes the lost voltage across the internal resistance of the cell. Therefore, what the voltmeter will be measuring is V, the potential difference, equal to E minus IR. In order to get the value of EMF, the exact value of EMF E, the current is to be dropped to 0. Because if this term is 0, the potential difference will approximate to E. This diagram here denotes the potentiometer wire AB. Other circuit is the same, and here we have connected a cell whose EMF we wish to determine. Applying Kirchhoff's law to loop APEA. APEA. Here we are going along the current. So the product IR will be negative, minus IRAP. And here we are going from negative to positive, so EMF will be taken as positive. So you get this equation, or E equal to IRAP, which is also KL according to this equation. So knowing K and measuring L, you can get the EMF. Now here, you can see one thing. The battery of EMF E1 which we have used here tends to send current here in the downward direction, whereas cell tends to send the current in the upward direction. Adjusting the position of P, we make the current in this branch as 0, which we can do with the help of a galvanometer connected here in the circuit. Now by adjusting P, we get 0 deflection in the galvanometer. We show that no current flows through this circuit, or E can be measured accurately, because potentiometer will make use of the null method, that is when no current is drawn from it. Let's now see the construction of the potentiometer. It consists of a large wooden board, and on this wooden board we have a scale graduated from 0 centimeter to 100 centimeter, left to right on the lower edge, and 0 to 100 centimeter right to left on the upper edge. We have a wire, long wire made of Constantan or manganese, fixed on this wooden board. Generally the wire is 4 meter long, 1 meter, 2nd meter, 3rd and 4th. This is 0 centimeter end, and B is 400 centimeter end of the wire. Every meter is connected here. Every part, the two parts are connected here with the help of a brass or copper strip, which should be thick so that it doesn't offer any resistance. This is another strip which connects 2nd wire to 3rd wire, 3rd wire to 4th wire, and so on. You may have a potentiometer with 10 meter long wire as well. Let's now see applications of potentiometer. The potentiometer can be used to compare electromotive forces of two given primary cells. For the purpose, what we do is we take the potentiometer, say this 4-wire potentiometer, which we generally have in the lab. This is 0 centimeter end, the 400 centimeter end. This 0 centimeter end is connected to a battery of EMF, say E dash, a key, an ammeter, and a rheostat. The function of the ammeter is to keep a check on the current, because the potentiometer principle requires current should be maintained constant. The cells with EMF E1 and E2 to be compared is connected here. Remember the positives of all the cells, this E1, E2 and the main circuit battery, they all go to 0 centimeter end. The other negative ends of the cells, they are connected to a two-way key. Here you have a two-way key, means you can connect cell E1 alone by inserting key between 1 and 3. You can bring E2 alone in the circuit by inserting key between 2 and 3. So what we do is, first thing is to check whether the connections and the EMFs are proper. For the purpose, what we do is we insert this key K and the key between 1 and 3, so that E1 is in the circuit. This is a sliding contact called jockey. Keep jockey at point A, that is 0 centimeter end. Note the direction of deflection in galvanometer. Keep it at B, again note the direction of deflection. The deflection should be in opposite directions. If it is not, adjust the value of resistance here, or you may have to replace this battery with one with higher EMF. Now same you have to repeat with E2. Once the check done, what we do is we insert K, the key here, and the key between 1 and 3 to bring E dash and E1 in the circuit. We move the jockey to different points and get the balancing length L1, that is the length for which the galvanometer shows zero resistance, zero deflection. You get E1 is equal to KL1. Remove the key between 1 and 3 and insert between 2 and 3. This brings E2 and E dash in the circuit. Again find the balancing length by adjusting the position of the jockey. We get E2 is equal to KL2. Divide the two equations, which gives you the ratio E1 by E2 equal to L1 by L2. Remember, it's advisable to get the null point on second wire or the third wire, and when you record the length, balancing length, this is 0 centimeter, 100 centimeter, and then you use the scale which reads 0 here, means 100 plus this length. And if you are getting the balancing point here, then the length will be 100 centimeter, 200 centimeter plus this. So use the appropriate scale, 0 to 100 for this and 0 to 100 for this third wire. Next application of potentiometer is to determine the internal resistance of a given primary cell. For the purpose, we need to change the circuit. Here what we have is the potentiometer. Remember, this circuit remains unchanged. This circuit, main circuit, remains unchanged. Means you have a battery, the key, the ammeter and the rheostat connected in series to the potentiometer wire. Here E1 is E is the EMF of the cell whose, read it as E1, the EMF of a cell whose internal resistance we wish to find out. We connect a resistance box in parallel with the cell through a key K1. After completing the circuit, check the circuit. We insert key K and check the circuit as we did earlier. Means keep the jockey at 0 centimeter mark and 400 centimeter mark. The deflection in the galvanometer should be in opposite directions. If the need be, adjust the resistance here, or the battery may have to be replaced with one of higher EMF. Now keep K1 open. This is open, this is closed. And record the balancing length L1. Again take care that the balancing length should be on second or the third wire. This improves the accuracy of the result. We have E equal to KL1. We are measuring EMF here because this circuit is open and we are not drawing any current. No current means you are measuring EMF. Then insert K1 also. Insert K1 and introduce a suitable resistance here. Now the current will start flowing in this circuit, and since the current is flowing, you will have potential difference. You will be measuring potential difference and not EMF. Again record balancing length, let it be L2. We have V, the potential difference, equal to KL2. We already derived this relation V plus IR, where small r represents the internal resistance of the cell, equal to E, which implies R equal to E minus V over I. Substituting for E and V here, I is V by S, Ohm's law. So you get E minus V by V into S. Substitute the values for E and V. KL1, KL2, KL2, KL1, KL2, KL2. and divide by that common factor K to get this result. R is equal to L1 minus L2 over L2 into S. So this is then the final formula for internal resistance, small r equal to L1 minus L2 over L2 into S. Now remember, there are a few important points which you have to keep in mind in the potentiometer. Supposing this resistance is increased, if you increase this resistance, the current in the circuit will decrease. When the current decreases, the value of K, small k, that is the potential gradient decreases, the balancing length will increase. The balancing length will increase. If you reduce the resistance, the current will increase. Therefore, the value of K will increase, resulting in a decrease in the balancing length. Sometimes we do not get the balancing length, means when you keep the jockey at 0 centimeter, note the deflection, at 400 centimeter, again record the deflection. The deflection is reduced, but you don't get deflection in opposite direction. In such a case, the clear indication is that this battery is not able to balance the EMF of this cell. In such case, you have to replace this battery with one of a higher EMF. Remember to practice the diagrams again and again, and reinforce learning by trying problems based on these applications, so that you are able to garner the confidence that you actually have learned potentiometer and its applications thoroughly. Keep learning, have fun.